Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have 13, count them, 13 brand spanking new Kizer knife releases to share with you guys and gals. I hope you're having a fantastic, by the way, I've already taken the, I've saved you all a half an hour of unboxing. I've already unboxed everything out of these. These are for effect just so I can tell you, hey, I hope you're having a great day. And I have something very special to share with you. I have a special Beez Blades discount code that's going to be good for 3 days off of all these new Kizer releases. So I'm going to go through them one by one. And believe me, it's not going to take that long once I get into it because I have every new version of every new knife. So you're going to see different versions of the new drop bear, the new harpoon, etc. And then another exciting another exciting announcement. So stand by. We're going to get into these and it's all going to start right now. First up, we have the new Kizer Parakeet. Would you look at it? Just look at it. All of its parakeetness. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different variants. I'm going to pay attention to this one. That way I can tell you the features and things I know about it. Then I'll show you the other versions because we have different scales, different finishes, and all kinds of exciting things. And you know me, I got to keep it real. I got to keep it together. First of all, look at this. We have very nice milling in these scales. It gives it a very nice touch. And because they're going this way, and I guess you would call that vertical, it gives you, whenever you're going like this, either direction, your hand stops. You're not going to lose, you're not going to drop this knife, which is very nice, very, very nice. You do have some moderate jipping up top. It's not super aggressive, just kind of in the middle, just a little bit of deek action. And this does have a reversible deep carry clip sitting on top of the scales, has flat screws, which is also very nice. And if you wanted to put a lanyard, you do have enough room. You can see that there's plenty of room. You can fit a lanyard. And I don't think it's going to hit, maybe a thinner lanyard you don't want to hit that blade. But this is aluminum. There's a couple aluminum, a couple micarta. You got the PEI. And then, oh yeah, there's another one that's really cool. I'm going to show you here in a second. But first, here's the thing. It's a top liner lock. Oh, snap. Yes, you heard me. You heard me. Look at this. It's a top liner lock. I'll show you here. I'll show you in a second. You ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Now, look at this thing. This is like a perfect everyday carry folding pocket knife. It's El Perfecto. I've been messing with them. I've been playing with them. I've been carrying them. I've been checking them out so I could give you a really good, pretty much overview. I mean, what's the difference between overview and review? Other than if you've had a knife for a year and you've used it for a year and done a ton of stuff with it. But overall, I've carried them. They're solid left and right, solid up and down, really good lockup. And let's see if I can get you on the inside there. See there? This is not a plunge lock. This is a top liner lock, baby. And it has, listen, just listen to it. It has a really nice, distinct lockup, and this thing is so flippity and so fidgety. I mean, it's fantastic. You can get your finger back there and do a little bit of reverse action. Let me give you the numbers real quick before I start speeding along. And depending on the size of your pockets, this could be a 5th pocket carry. Depends on you. Depends on the jeans that you're wearing. So this is coming in right there at 5.8, 5.84. If you want to really get exact inches, and then your blade length's 2.5 inches and your sharpen length's about 2.1 inches of sharpen length. And tall wise, let's take a look here. So you're about what? 0.8 inches tall. I told you it's not a giant knife. Let me put a couple other next to it. I'll do a little size comparison for you. And then we can check out all the other cool versions and a couple more things I'm going to tell you about this knife, which is really cool. Here's one of the mini Militaws, and just to show you, this is the mini Momo. So see, yeah, it's not a big one at all. And here is another mini knife. I was looking for small Kizers to compare it to. Now here you go. That's kind of in the size range. There's a little bit of sheepdog, a little mini sheepdog action. And one I haven't carried in a while, which I was like, oh my gosh, I miss this knife. Look at that. It's the Kizer Original. I remember the day I opened this knife. I was so excited. I drove Mrs. B's nuts with this thing. But anyway, if you have a Kizer Original, you're like, oh, okay, this is definitely a small knife. You're going to be like, well, is it big enough for my hand? Is it too small for my hand? I don't have any other really smaller knives. Like here's the Kizer Comet. There's the comment, and then here is my favorite Kizer Feist that was a gift to me by Top Dog. Big shout out to Top Dog. Speaking of shout outs, every Friday. Oh, hey, by the way, before I go any further, I have a special Kizer 10% code that's going to be good for all of these different versions of these knives that just come out. You want to make sure that you're subscribed, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because if you're you'll get notified a half an hour before the live stream starts, where I'm going to have a 10% discount code that's good for 3 days. It's only 3 days, and it's April 4th, 2025, live at the Hive. Oh, right. If you want to come to the live stream, if for no other reason than to save yourself $7, $8, $9, $10 on a knife, I mean, that's a lot of money that you can use towards your next knife. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, let me show you a couple things. My hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And this is what it looks like in my hand. It's a nice, comfy knife. I find myself holding it up like this. You can get right up there behind the heel of the blade, and it's a perfect utility knife. You can do a little bit of utility cutting. It's great for opening packages. Matter of fact, one of those over there, I had to get all the goop off before I made this video, just so you'd have a clean knife to look at, right? Because of all the cool versions. Now, while I'm holding this, okay, let me not get ahead of myself. The action, all of these, the action is superb. I mean, are you seeing that? It's just so incredibly good. This one here has thumb studs and a fuller. There's 2 different versions. You have this version here that doesn't have thumb studs and has a thumb hole. So it depends on your preference what you like. Now this one, you can reverse flick it with the thumb hole. That was pretty slow, but you can reverse flick it like that. This one here, you can get your finger behind that fuller, just enough of your finger, your middle finger, and get behind there and snap it out. It's not that easy to get it depends on how big and fat your middle finger is going to be able to get there and actually use that. But I can get my finger behind that thumb stud. For me, it's easier just to use the thumb stud, and man, it comes snapping out with authority. I really do enjoy this knife. I don't have any bad things. I don't have any negativities. I don't have any qualms. I mean, you know me, I always like a little more aggressive jimping, but I can't complain with a little EDC knife like this. Now, let me show you these different versions. That's aluminum. Oh, by the way, did I tell you? You got Nitro V steel, baby. And all of these are Nitro V, because some of the other knives I'm getting ready to show you have different blade steels, different options. Now you see this one is the stonewash. This one here has that really nice satin look. I am a total sucker for satin lines. I love hand rubbed satin lines. I don't care. I really like them. There you go. Parakeet, baby. So this one right here, let me get you in there. This is a little bit of that linen micarta. It doesn't have texture. The only texture you get from this particular micarta is from the milling in the scales, which is very nice. I like that texture. I already told you. Now here you go. Here's a little bit of PEI. PEI, Ultim, it's all the same thing. You can just barely feel, if you look up close, you can see that there's a little bit of micro milling. You can barely feel it, but then again, you still have that traction. And then check this one out. Oh yeah, look at that. Totally see-through. I think these look so cool. And it is completely slipping my brain what this is called. I'm good at doing that, but I'll have a link where you can check all of these out. It's in the pinned comment and down in the description of the video. It'll take you to all these. And I'm telling you, I mean, you might as well, if you're watching this a day before the live stream, you might as well hang out, come to the live stream. And if you're going to get one of these, you can save, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how much they are, but if they're like 60 or 70, you're going to save $6, $7. That's a lot of money in my book. That's the original. I'm just grabbing knives. Here's another of the micarta version. So you have the tan micarta, and then you have the black micarta. And here's the thing is you can see you have the 2 micarta versions, the 2 blade options, and then you have the 2 deployment options. You have the thumb stud, and then you, I almost remembered. I was like, nope, it's not Kydex. I cannot remember what that clear stuff's called. That's right. I'll remember as soon as the video is over. But the micarta, you know, I'm a sucker for micarta. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 versions of the new Kizer Parakeet. It's a fantastic little everyday carry knife. I love it. It's one that I'm going to have in my rotation, and I'm sure Mrs. Beez is going to have one in my rotation, and I'm sure the other ones I'm going to end up giving away at some point, and that's something that we do on Fridays on the live stream. So let me show you these other ones before I take up too much of your time, because we're already past the 9-minute mark. And I don't even know, in all of my haste, I don't know that I showed you this one up close. This is the 2 different variants of the aluminum. And you can see one of the aluminum, just like with the micarta, one aluminum has the thumb hole, one aluminum has the thumb studs with the fuller. And boy, you know what? I really like this color. I have a feeling Mrs. Beez is going to snag this one. Now, going over here, look at these. You know, if you're a Kizer fan, you knew this was going to happen. And I'm telling you what, they are just as good as you could have ever expected. These are the Kizer Drop Bear fixed blades, and you have multiple blade steels, and not only multiple blade steels, but look at this. You have different blade shapes also. They come with the Kydex sheath, and I'll show you the blade steels here in just a second, but this is the Kizer Drop Bear fixed blade. I mean, this thing it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. And you all know how I am about fixed blades and whether or not I'm going to carry it. This is a carrier. I'm not talking about disease either. This thing is, I mean, it's awesome. You know, full tang, exquisitely comfortable in the hand, and one of my all-time favorite knife designers, Azo's the designer of this bad boy. I mean, oh my gosh, look at this. You know the size of my hand. It's very comfortable. The jimping up top it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for this application. And then up front, you have a little bit of extra for doing unboxing or a little bit of fine work. I'm guessing even if you're, you know, skinning a rabbit or a small game or something like that, you could even use it for that purpose because it helps lock your finger into place. This is a great package opener, a great neck knife. I don't own an Ultim clip, or what do you call it? An Ulti clip. I have one on the way. I'm not going to get it until about a week and a half past when these came in, and it's just killing me because I want to try an Ulti clip. I want to know down in the comments. Let me know what you think about Ulti clips. Do you use them? Or I want to know about their popularity, and I'm definitely going to try it out because these are knives that I want to carry in my pocket. Like, you know, kind of like I do with my other knives. Now, here's one of the other versions. Let me run through real quick. Oh, let me show you this. I mean, this, you know, am I not a kid in a candy store right now? So here's your 3 different blade shapes. You have more of a classic style drop point. And then this one here, I guess you would call that a clip point. And then you have a sheep's foot. So whatever, you know, you can pick your pleasure. And then here's your different blade steels. Here you have AEBL. This one is AEBL. This one is D2, this one is D2, and then this one here, final but not least, 14C 28 blade steel, baby. So you have all kinds of options. Like the D2, I love a good D2. And like this one right here, I was like, man, that thing, oh my goodness. I'm telling you, the teeth on this D2 are fantastic. It has that real nice toothiness that I enjoy, you know, that's going to actually bite into the material that I'm cutting. And oh my gosh, no matter how you hold this for cutting, it's just so good. And it's not a thick knife either. You can see here, as far as fixies goes, it's thinner. And this is, if you like to carry a neck knife, this right here is a fantastic neck knife carry. With this, you know, these clips right here are kind of big and bulky, depending on whether you're going to have it hanging on your backpack or some kind of pack, or if you have it on your belt, you can have it either appendix carry or you can have it vertical carry. But I'm looking forward to the Ulti clip where I can have it in my pocket, because this right here kind of adds a lot of bulk to otherwise a very thin knife application. And I really do like this one. All of the sheaves on all of these, they all have excellent retention, nice click in there. They hold, they don't move around. They're not going to fall out if you carry this upside down on whatever it is you carry your knives on, maybe a backpack. I tend to carry a small fixed blade on my backpack. I kind of move around between the smaller ones. This is definitely one that's going to be in the rotation because, wow, these are cool. And I like this blade style. This one right here has a little bit more piercing. So I do like that you do have 3 different options, and there actually is a little bit of jimping in here just for a little more extra grippage, I would say, for your index finger. It puts you right up there behind the heel for a little bit of slicey action. And I'm gonna do this real quick with everybody right in the middle, in the way here, just because we're having a lot of fun, and I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh, before I measure it, did I tell you? If you're a Kizer fan, you already know this, but yes, it has tweezers. Right here, you have a pair of tweezers, and then on this side, you have this little pick deal, and it comes with spares. So it comes with an extra pick and an extra set of tweezers, which are a nice little extra hidden addition on the back here that doesn't mess with the ergos or anything else. It's just, you know, look like I did. I just forgot it was there because they tuck away really nice and neatly. You push down on one to pull out the other, and it's that simple. They're kind of held in there by friction. They don't move around. They don't fall out. I've messed around with these knives quite a bit since they came in. So here's a couple quick numbers for you, and I'm going to weigh these real quick. I have my scale sitting right there. So this is coming in right at about 5.9 inches, just under 6 inches. Your blade is a 2.5-inch blade, and sharpen length is just shy of 2.3 inches. Your blade height, a little more on this one. You're coming in right there, just under the 1 inch mark. Let's see. Let me get it on there. Oh, actually, we're just a hair over 1 inch high. And I'm trying to go fast, but this is a lot of knives, and I want to give you the information. Okay, let me get this in here. Get this turned on and zeroed out so I can tell you. Okay, so this one here is coming in at 2.4 ounces. And then with the sheath, where's the one that goes with that? This one here coming in at 2.5 ounces. So they're all going to be right there at the 2.5 ounce mark. With the sheath, that's going to add some weight. Then it bumps you up to 4.6 ounces. Now, going over here to one of the aluminum of the Parakeet, that's coming in at 2.6 ounces. Did I not tell you that they're extremely lightweight? Here's the PEI, 2.1 ounces. And then here's the micarta, 2.1 ounces. So these are all very lightweight. Now I have two more. Let me fit them in here. Let me move these all out of center stage so they won't take our attention. Now these, I have this one here. I got it a long time ago in a different variant, and it's a very nice knife. Same story with the sheath. These are very compact, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very sturdy. And you can adjust this to help fit the size of your belt. So that's very cool. And they're very, very snappy. You see these notches here? You can adjust that to the width of your belt. And if you have a really thick belt or maybe some type of utility style belt, you could take those one or both of those spacers off. So it's very versatile. This is the Kizer Harpoon. Would you look at it? I mean, just look at it and all of its poonness. This is, I can already tell you from experience, this is a fantastic knife. It fits in the hand very well. I love everything about it. I have the other version. It's over there. I should have grabbed it, but that's all right. You don't need to see them all, right? But here's the really cool thing, is if you already have one or you want this new version with this green micarta, let me get you in there real quick for a little bit of texture vision. It has good looking texture, but it's relatively smooth on the outside. This one right here is the one that I'm the most excited out of the two. This one is such a nice, small, little... there's something about the smaller fixed blades that I've been enamored with lately. I like the size of them. They're more like the size, you know, of an everyday carry knife. See there? If you have a mini Militaw, see there how it's like more of the size of what you carry in your pocket or what I carry in my pocket. And let's just real quick get your numbers, because, you know, we're doing a lot of knives here. Coming in at 6.5 inches, 2.9 inches for your blade, and then sharpen just about the same at 2.9 inches sharpen length. We'll get a quick weight here. We zero out. Are we zeroed out? Let me get the right units. Grams, milliliters, water, milk. I mean, I didn't do grams, but hopefully you can do the math if you need to do some math. Okay, look how light this is. 2.3 ounces. And then with the sheath, I believe this is the sheath. I do have a lot of sheaths laying around at the moment. It's coming in at 4.15 ounces. And then the large harpoon comes in at 4.15 ounces without the sheath. And with the sheath, this is going to come in at 6.6 ounces. So there you go. There's a bunch of weights. There's a bunch of sizes. Both of these are very, very comfortable in the hand. And this one, where to go? This smaller, the blade steel is AEBL on this one. This one here is D2, and this spine right here would be fantastic if you're a big fan of using ferro rods. This is a ferro rod eater, ferro rod destroyer. It is very abrupt, very 90 degrees, very sharp, but it's not uncomfortable on your hand. So wrapping things up with all of these fantastic knives that Kizer just came out with, don't forget to come out to the live stream. It's every single Friday night. You don't want to miss it. We have an absolute blast. We do pizza checks. Mrs. Beez always orders everyone to buy what's in your shopping cart. It's a lot of fun. Mrs. Beez is working on some new stickers. I mean, there's all kinds of giveaways. It's just so much fun. It's hard for me to describe everything that we do on the live stream. It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. You get to know everybody that comes in. People aren't pretentious and they're not judgmental. We don't talk about politics or religion. We keep it nice and laid back. And oh my gosh, I just can't describe to you all of the laughs we have. You get to enjoy the crazy banter between me and Mrs. Beez. I don't know. Folks say they enjoy it, and I don't notice that we're doing it, but I don't know. It must be mildly entertaining. But besides that, it's just fantastic to go to a place where everybody, knows your name. They recognize your little channel emoticon picture or whatever you call it. But hey, did you enjoy these? I have a very special Kizer announcement coming up that's going to blow your minds. Make sure you're subscribed. I don't want you to miss out on that. But I do have a 10% discount code coming out on April 4th at 8:15 p.m. If you're subscribed and you've hit the thumbs up button, well, you don't have to hit the thumbs up button, but I really do appreciate it if you do. It helps the channel out. It tells other people about the knives. But you will get notified before the live stream where you're going to get 10% off. So if you've been holding off on one of these that just came out, I can get you, I don't know, if they're 70, 80 bucks, that's going to get you 7, 8 bucks off. It's a fantastic thing, and it's only 3 days. So I think I've told you enough. I've given you enough information to get you started. The links are down below. Now, if you don't want to go get one of these bad boys, you can go watch this video or you can go watch that one. But until I see you in the lives or the chat or at the Hive stream on Friday, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.